recording. All right. All right, Dan. Dan-san. This,
Hello.
yes, hello, and good evening, good morning, or whenever you're watching this video. There has been a lot of uh, backlash and a lot of fans are really pissed off. Let's just say it that way. That Blizzard is going to another route with their own audience and going, mobile is something that
Yep.
of course I will be pissed off, but yeah, it's uh, let's see. What do you think about Blizzard not moving, fully, but they're also developing more triple A games in the future for iOS and Android. I mean, yeah, Apple or whatever phone, your cell phone
hmm
freaking games. So what do you think about Blizzard taking this decision?
There's such a big subset of gamers, and I'm sure, guys like me and you are probably in the same boat, that just kind of largely have a mutual hatred of mobile games due to predatory practices and them, like a lot of big name examples, hardly being games at all. Just, it's disappointing that the numbers are too large to ignore for the type of money that people can make off of the whales who want to invest in Clash of Clans and
Yeah,
this, that, and the other thing. So it's really unfortunate. It's just that those people don't. The people who spend exorbitant amounts of money on mobile, they, in my opinion, are really largely, yeah, there's a little bit of carryover and everything,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't want to be that extreme, but they're largely not the people that drive the sales of big game industries, in my opinion. It's a lot of it's like a completely different audience. I just feel
Totally.
like there
Yeah,
is a clear divide. There's always been
totally. Yeah.
console wars of
Yes.
some kind, but let's just take a recent example of like PC gamers or like people on PS4 and like Xbox. Let's just take those different camps. In this instance, I feel like every camp has a mutual hatred of the mobile games industry
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and mobile
I
games.
agree.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate and unsurprising. I was kind of really annoyed that it took, Satoru Iwata's death for stockholders to really pipe up and have their temporary president put in place to really pipe up and make Nintendo do mobile.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like, I know you asked about Blizzard, but I'm just trying to like show an example of
Oh
just
yeah, there's
how
a lot
how
of examples. Yeah.
yeah, how the carryover isn't there. They put out Super Mario Run, and they were very. I mean, I don't have numbers, but I had read reports that they were very short of like the numbers that they were projecting to get out of Super Mario Run, and it's because Nintendo gamers like us just to have that mutual care, just like every other camp of mobile games, being just crap. There's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
there's just no quality control. Everything is just like
Microtransaction.
heavily, yeah, heavily advertised match 3 and everything else. So yeah, and I know you asked about Blizzard, so it's gonna be you know, maybe not as vehement as I am against Nintendo because they had a couple offerings that were fun, but they had a couple offerings that stunk too, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this clearly stinks.
Yeah.
I'm not the best person to ask about Blizzard because I've really given Blizzard as a company a number of fair shakes, and I've been a gamer my whole life, but I just don't fit in with the Blizzard crew. I've tried diving into StarCraft 2 uh, after that jumped back in, and I gave World of Warcraft a shot, and I gave lots of other MMOs a shot after that. But um, and then I thought Overwatch would be it. If anything, Overwatch was going to be it. A guy like me has over 1,000 hours in Team Fortress 2. I gave Team Fortress 2 many years break and haven't played it in a long time, but I love that game. And you would think Overwatch would be close enough, but it's like, no. To me, personally, they somehow, just in my opinion, just made it not fun for me for a number of different reasons. So when I hear that they want to take a long-standing, beloved franchise like Diablo and turn it into mobile, I haven't really gotten into Diablo at all, but I can't help but groan for a number of different reasons, and we can certainly get into that. So, sorry, that was a bit long-winded, Zyber. I'm sorry.
It's all right. So, all right. What you said was completely. Yeah, I fully agreed, and that is because number one, it's a total different audience, and I know,
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard wants to target that market, which is China. China plays a lot of mobile games,
Yeah.
but that is a portion. That is just a region.
Yeah.
Right now I'm like thinking, did you guys thought about this? Like, if
No,
your
like
own audience will like your decision right now?
it was such the wrong place. Like, why couldn't they have done
Totally.
this in China, where people care?
Exactly. I mean, or at least announce a Diablo for consoles and or PC later. Later that conference. But at least at least a freaking trailer or what they did with Elder Scrolls 6. They just show a landscape, and
Yep.
and that's it. That's all you have. Even though you weren't even in development, just say you're at least thinking about your own audience, the PC.
Bethesda has done it right twice. They did it with Elder Scrolls. They did the same thing with Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
They showed off Fallout 4 and then they announced their free-to-play mobile game afterwards.
Exactly.
But
Such
no, they
as,
couldn't even follow common sense
yeah,
like that.
it is common sense. It's what you said right there, Dan. It's
Yeah.
you were talking to the PC master race. Let's get in there.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking to an audience which there are they're as mostly toxic as the same as console fanboys, but PC master race need that kind of respect because they don't. Diablo 3 hasn't got a new game since when? Like, people been waiting for a new Diablo for for at least a decade. And now you come up with a freaking mobile game in which I don't play mobile games, in which a lot of PC gamers don't play mobile games because they have a really powerful hardware in their home in which they come out of work or come out of study or somewhere to go to their house and play with their PC. But no.
No.
And my concern is that there's other companies with this same practices, and we can start with Konami. Konami, like, it went downhill when they canceled a lot of stuff and they concentrated on just mobile games.
Yeah. Terrible.
And it's
And
like,
pachinko.
oh my god. just to think about it. I mean, I know you guys can like do your you guys can develop games, but this is the irony here is that the ones who are developing this new Diablo Immortal are not even the Diablo the original creators from Diablo at all. It is not. It's
Yeah.
from another company which they made another knockoff of Diablo in the past, and they're just doing another one, a knockoff of their knockoff.
Yeah, that gives people right to be upset.
Yeah, I'm like, it's in so many ways. Because right now, I'm like, are these people serious right now? And in the conference, it felt so cringy because when there was the section of questions and answers, oh my god, that guy when he asked like, is this like an out of
Yes.
season April Fool's joke?
Yeah, he's an internet legend now. Yeah.
Yeah, he totally a legend. Like,
Um,
man, like that
I
hit.
got to see him. I got to see him pop up on Reddit quite a bit and different comment chains and stuff like that. He's a new legend now.
Damn.
There's a whole theme of guys in red shirts just shaking everything up.
I damn, and he deserves it. He totally
Hmm.
deserves it. I mean, like,
Yeah, he's a hero for those people.
totally. And the clapping and the boos, I have never. I was like, has any company like with its own audience felt a really deep boo
That
in
was
their
a pretty
own?
strong one.
That was a pretty strong one indeed. What do you think about that boo? I mean, Dan.
It's a very very rare thing, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, I mean, it's hard for me to remember specific examples, but it wouldn't surprise me if it happened somewhere else in the past. Probably with EA. I don't know though.
EA, wow. Not even EA has been like that. Boo, like those kind of
No,
boos.
yeah, it was strong. That's because they
Yeah,
like really it
they were
was
really
really a
pissed.
traitorous act to do that
Yeah,
with your most hardcore fans who paid money to be there and to travel there and to be advertised to
totally.
basically.
Yeah, and Blizzard right now are, I mean, the fans are the reason that Blizzard is there right now. And I know that a lot of people will say, yeah, Activision is behind this. Yeah, but Blizzard, I mean, like they cannot be serious because after this conference, there was another video after that. There was another conference in a room which they asked them, and they said we're gonna make more AAA games than the one that we have on mobile games. I'm like, you guys
Oh.
cannot be serious right now.
No,
So
I didn't hear that far.
yeah, it was that
That's
far. It
awful.
went downhill. This is the peak of the dislikes of their video of Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
Damn
I have to
that.
admit I did my part for those people.
Yeah, man, they went too far, and we might see an Overwatch mobile.
That's
We
sad.
might see World of Warcraft mobile. Don't be surprised if there's a mobile
Man, they were so close to being like good this year because it wasn't that long ago that Blizzard was getting all sorts of crap for not bringing back vanilla WoW. When it
oh
was
yeah.
like these fans who are working insanely hard to do it themselves and then they go out of their way to shut them down and stuff like that. As far as I could tell, you know, it's not like I dug into this too hard, but they did have a playable version of absolute vanilla WoW there, so they could have been making a net positive by saying like, here it is, we finally have it after all this past debacle. We can finally put that behind us, but
Yes,
they
exactly.
they took like 100 steps backwards.
Yes, I mean, and what concerns me, this is where I want to go. Um,
Hmm.
there's a lot of companies today. That's including really big companies like not just Konami and Blizzard. Nintendo's also doing mobile games. Were separate, not AAA, but they're also doing. Um, there's yeah, there's big companies doing mobile games. Um, And my concern is that, and I know mobile games is targeted to another audience, but that other audience is, it's totally separate from us and totally separate from just PC um, and console. The reason is that if these companies take it too far, what would it be for the gaming, community?
Mm.
Like, will this be the future? Like, and I know, the Nintendo Switch is just a hybrid. It's a console. You could plug it into your TV and take it, elsewhere.
Yeah.
But they're taking that competition. I want my game to be out there. I want my game to be mobile. To be portable, and to win money out of it. And to take it anywhere. That's like the mentality of today, because there's a lot of people who are working, who also multitask, who also kill time at work, or kill time elsewhere, with your phone or with your Nintendo Switch, PS Vita in the past, PSP in the past. But now, I mean, it concerns me.
Right.
So what do you think, if they take it too far, from where they are right now? Because they're, even though if they're kind of greedy, they have a point of them making more mobile games in the future, even though they're not targeted into their original audience, but targeting to another audience. So what do you think about it, Dan?
Once again, Bethesda is doing it right and
Mm-hmm,
doing
mm-hmm.
it correctly. I know Bethesda's in a bit rough waters right now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Fallout 76 isn't doing so great, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that's different news, I guess.
Yeah.
But think about it, like even Fallout Shelter, which we just mentioned a
Mm-hmm.
little bit ago, that's out on PC. That's out on Nintendo Switch for free. Like, we are in this new era finally of cross-platform
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that we had to keep badgering Sony with on that side
Yeah.
of the fence. Everybody else was on board. Even the ad of Xbox and Nintendo,
Yeah.
the green
Yeah.
banner and the red banner, like
Yeah.
finally playing side by side. I wanted Rocket League to be the chosen one and to bring everything together first, but it had to be Fortnite
Fortnite. Yeah.
because Fortnite was also on mobile. But
Mm-hmm.
so I give Rocket League more credit than I do
Yeah.
Fortnite because
Totally.
Rocket League was there first.
Yes.
Um, but at least that spread into Fortnite. So I guess my suggestion is I wish just make. I mean, all mobile games just need to be better, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like, why not? You can bring it to the Switch, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
At the very least, at least bring it to other platforms like
Yes.
PC.
As for example, Epic Games with their Fortnite, it's everywhere.
Yeah, they made that work everywhere. I was so surprised when I heard that was running on mobile because,
Yes.
like, even my PC at the time when I gave it a shot before it blew up, like, wasn't running it that impressively, and I'm like, how did they get that running on a phone? You know,
Yes.
it
Mm-hmm.
just had to be
Impressive.
something wonky with it. But no, sure enough, it was the full game running on the phone somehow.
Yes.
So I don't understand it. That game's a huge map with 100 players on it, and you're
Yeah.
making that run on mobile.
Yes. It's
Like,
it's surprising.
when you have that, it's like, what's your excuse for
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
whatever else?
Exactly.
I know that probably doesn't exactly answer your question though, because I'm just in the stance like mobile just needs to be better.
Exactly.
They have
Exactly.
a horrible reputation, and they
Totally.
have just in my opinion, just the whole industry and mobile just has a terrible reputation, and I don't think there's any amount of work they could do to make it better because
Yeah.
for every Fallout shelter, for every Fortnite or whatever, there's
Mm-hmm.
going to be hundreds and hundreds of crap games of like angry guy screaming,
Yeah.
Clash of War, War of Game, Throne of War, all
Yes.
named like
Yes.
that,
Yes. Yes.
all ripping assets from Age of Empires 2.
The knockoffs.
Yeah, freaking Command and Conquer too, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like as an example,
Yes.
I've I felt bad for those fans. Their game seemed kind of okay too, but I hate big franchises being turned into that. Just in
Exactly. Yes.
general.
That's the point.
I played Mario Run all the way through with Shinja like forever ago. It was one of the dumbest Mario games I've ever played. Like in my opinion, it doesn't count. It looks like it, and you would think it plays like it, similar enough, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it was incredibly short. There's challenge there for sure, but that's not how I want to play Mario. My Mario games aren't an endless runner. They're precision platforming with like power-ups involved and other mechanics other than just
Yeah.
running forward and tapping the screen when you're supposed to jump.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a crucial moment. I mean, first of all, mobile games need to be better to gain our respect. But it's so hard these days. I mean, when you have a powerful PC, when you have a powerful console, and that can run these type of games, and
Yeah.
I mean, Fortnite did it, and I mean, there's no excuse. I mean,
I don't entirely understand how Fortnite does it still, but it
yeah,
does it.
I mean, Epic Games owns an engine that mostly all these fighting companies, fighting game companies like Capcom and all these fighting games own this. Use this engine. I mean, Unreal Engine 4, which is the current one. I don't know if that's actually. It's supposed to be the same engine on that phone. I mean, running on a new phone because it's the current cell phones. Because mine cannot run that, and that's a fact right there. I mean, you still need a little bit of power to run a really decent mobile game, just like Fortnite. Fortnite is not a mobile game, and and what you said, Dan, that if a real AAA turned into a mobile game out of nowhere, and the fact that it's canon, it hurts so much.
Yeah, that
It,
sucks. Really sucks.
yeah, it's like when you have like this passion. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming next year, and yeah, I want to play on this same platform. It's like, imagine if Shenmue be on mobile. No.
Oh, gaming would truly be dead.
It's over. It's,
But the Blizzard fans, that's how they feel, because that's like Diablo for them, you know?
Yeah, it is, and they waited so long. You know, it's the same thing. Me waiting for another Shamu. I mean, I didn't wait for so long because I became a fan. You know,
Right.
but for those fans who were like in the early 2000s playing Shenmue 2, and waiting for a new game to come out, and then suddenly, Sony and Sega decided to make it mobile. Oh, but you
Yeah.
have phones and tablets, right? Yeah, it becomes a living troll because companies sometimes they forget their own audience, they forget who put them there, you know. And I know Activision is behind this too, and we all know how Activision is greedy,
Yes.
and it look and it seems more like, oh yeah, I want more money. I want more money from over there, from China, and all those people who play on mobile. Well, it is a sad story, and unfortunately, I don't think Blizzard is changing their mind. Maybe they will do, but I see it so freaking hard because they already said it and they already planned it, and it is really sad for those Diablo fans out there. I really feel sorry for you guys
Hmm.
Because right now, I mean, I'm a PC gamer myself. I'm a console gamer myself too. And I like to, my franchise to stick with their own platform, like it was born in the very beginning, and to end in that platform. Unfortunately, that is not the case in this with Blizzard. And a lot of
Yeah.
companies, today might imitate this, and that's what concerns me because they see money. And when they see money in microtransactions, I mean, we speak with our wallets at the end of the day. Whether you want to support this new Diablo Immortal on your phone, or whether never download it and don't even buy a microtransaction. That is how you actually respond. Not downloading it, not buying microtransactions, no skins. This is how you actually put them in their place. Because I know there's these companies can do whatever they want because they are a company and you know, but at the same time they need to respect those people who put them there, who put them up there. So
Yep.
anyway, guys, I think this is a short one, and this has been. I think this was like a 2 week thing, like, and it never like died because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
people still talking about this, and it concerns a lot of people in the future, and I can see why.
It's gonna inevitably come out, and so it'll probably be reignited then too.
Yes, indeed. All right, guys. This will be it. Please don't forget to favorite, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. This has been Zyberpunky.
And this is Officer Dan. You can find me co-hosting Karibukai Play Live every Friday, starting 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, and a few other days out of the week.
And we'll see you guys later.